Climate change is real and we must act now.
Argument is less powerful than emotion, and negative emotion is more powerful than positive emotion.
More than anything else, when we have more feminist storytellers, things will change.
When big names talk, they talk to us.
At 10, the Culture Secretary wants an urgent meeting with the BBC's Director General over the handling of the case of Hugh Edwards. The former news presenter pleads guilty to accessing indecent images of children as young as 7. The BBC admits it knew he'd been arrested back in November on suspicion of serious offences, yet for months he still received full pay. Also tonight, unrest in Hartlepool after last night's violence in Southport.
I'm here in Southport, a town which is still grieving for 3 little girls killed on Monday, but where there's also anger about the violence they saw on some of their streets this time last night.
And stay with us here on BBC News for continuing coverage and analysis from our team of correspondents in the UK and around the world.
Good evening. The Culture Secretary, Lisa Nandy, has tonight called for an urgent meeting with the BBC's Director General over the handling of the case of Hugh Edwards. Earlier today, the former BBC News presenter pleaded guilty at Westminster Magistrates Court to accessing indecent images of children as young as 7. The BBC says it knew he'd been arrested back in November on suspicion of serious offences. At the time, he'd been suspended from duties but was still being paid his full salary and later received a pay rise. Earlier this year, he resigned from the corporation, allowed to leave on his own terms. Well, we'll have more on who knew what and when in the BBC with Katie Razzle, but first, here's Lucy Manning.
The man who read the news headlines is now in them. In the middle of the jostling cameras and reporters who he would normally have worked alongside. Facing serious charges that he accessed indecent photographs and videos of children, including a boy as young as 7 to 9 years old. No word